everybody, Jeri Bellini here from My Arts and Parts, and today I'm actually going to do a flip, and I've never actually done a flip before. So this is a journal that I just finished making, and I originally made it because I was going to use it for a travel journal when my husband and I go camping, and I decided that I really loved it so much that I didn't really want to use it as a travel journal, and I thought, you know, I'm going to put it in my Etsy store. So here it is, and it is 11 inches tall by about 9 inches wide, and that includes the pages that are sticking out on the edge. And it is an old vintage book cover, and it is made of leather, and it is a burgundy color, and it is very thick, almost like a Bible thickness. It almost feels and sounds like wood. It's pretty cool, and the title on the book says Home Library of Useful Knowledge, and this is a piece of metal that I got at a flea market, and I think it came out of a transmission. I'm not really sure. I love to collect weathered looking, worn metals, etc. Love it. And these two pieces over here are hand cut from old toolboxes perhaps, or maybe old file cabinets or old car parts. There's an artist that makes these for me, and they are so beautifully made, meaning they have so much character. I just love them. This is the original paint on these pieces, and these are glued and wired down, so they are not coming off. The spine is made from vintage ticking, and that is old fabric. I think they made pillowcases with it, and I did coffee dye it a little bit. And it's wrapped around. It has stitch lines on it, and it is glued down. There are 5 signatures, and I used black waxed linen. I don't know if you can see that there, but that's what's there. All right, so the book itself, I left the inside cover. This is the original inside cover, and I thought it was just so beautiful I didn't want to cover it up. This piece of metal is actually being held on with some nuts and bolts, and you can see the nuts on the inside. And when I dissected the book, I removed the spine and I made my own spine, and it's very, very sturdy, and I covered the spine and overlapped on the book a little bit with some hand-stamped, it's actually like a print stamp on here, and it is like a denim-y canvas in there. It's very, very sturdy, very strong, very sturdy. All right, let's talk about the inside. So there are 5 signatures in here, and each signature has 10 pages. And the pages are all, well, not all of them, but a lot of them are handmade papers of one sort or another, and they're just very random. Each signature is different. There is lots of room in this book for expansion. So when you close the book at this point, you can see that it is just waiting to grow with someone's beautiful artwork or memories or whatever you'd want to put in there. So there's plenty of room for growth. And did I mention that I purposely made the edges come out? I can't remember, but I love that look. So the inside, let's go through each page because they're all different. This is a Manila Folder, and it's cut at the top so that it's a pocket. If there are any words or letters on any of these things, I left them because I think it adds character, and the person that owns the book can cover them up if they like. So that's a pocket, and this is a jelly printed cardstock. This is butcher paper. This is double-sided scrapbook paper, cardstock paper, very thick. This is wallpaper, drawing paper. This is a jelly print on cardstock. And this is an awesome, unusual file folder that I created a pocket. This is my leather paper that I make. It's the leather look paper, and if you're interested in this, you can go to my YouTube, well, you're on my YouTube channel, but you can look, I'll put it in the description below, a link to this. I did a video and showed you how to make this. All right, some scrapbook paper, and then this is just the other half of that signature. Okay, and in some cases, I would leave these things on there because I think they add character. So that was a little piece of tape. Forgive my hands. I was working with metal all day, and they're really disgusting. All right, this is the second signature, brown paper bag with some paint and a little stamp there. This I created in a my year 2017 live, and it is graphite with glue, and I did apply a fixative, so it really shouldn't come off on your hands. And this is a piece of cardstock. It had it had yarn samples on it, and I just thought it was really interesting, so I stitched this to make the page extend. This is mixed media paper. This is one of my echo dyed papers, and I have a whole stack of these papers. At some point I would love to put them in my Etsy shop, but one of them, I think a couple of them actually made their way into this book. So that's what that is, and it's got some beautiful greens and orange in there. Jelly print, wallpaper, my leather leather look paper, some drawing paper, scrapbook paper, jelly print, and this is nice thick cardstock. It's got some substance to it. This book will definitely hold up to mixed media and lots of stuff. All right, so that's the other half. See, that's the other half of that beautiful paper. I just love that paper. All right, and this is actually the other half of this one. This is a very thin piece, and so I stitched this page out of a book to here, and that's the page, and I love it. Okay, so that's the second signature. We're on the third signature. This came out of some kind of a notebook, and it's a pocket, and there was some words there, and I just scribbled them out. All right, no pocket on that side. And this is another one of those yarn samples. I used to have a bead store, and we sold yarn at one point, and so I got a lot of sample cards. There was yarns knotted onto the edge of this. I couldn't throw these away. I just thought they were so interesting. So it is stitched to a piece of wallpaper, and this is more of my handmade paper. Well, I don't make the paper, but I decorated it. And this is rust. This is an experiment with rust, and it's a very nice thick paper. Another kind of strange file folder, and it's coffee dyed. And this is mixed media paper, drawing paper, jelly print, paper bag, and I don't know what kind of paper this is, but it's kind of nice. It's got a little bit of a golden color to it. And then, of course, this is just the other side of all of those. Okay? And there's the other one of those. There you go. And another pocket over here. All right. We're up to the fourth one. The fourth signature, jelly, mixed media paper. This is more of my echo dyed paper. Drawing paper, jelly print, butcher's paper. This is really interesting. I'm going to show you the other sides because you'll see it better. This is just a small piece. This is drawing paper, scrapbook paper, jelly print. And this is the other side of that. And this is a jelly print, and I did Shannon Green's technique on here where I went over it with a stencil and used white paint, and then I outlined this with black. And I think that came out really pretty. All right, butcher paper, jelly print. Isn't this gorgeous? It's my echo dyed. I just love it. it's got greens and orange, and and I think there's a piece of onion skin still on there. Mixed media paper or watercolor paper, I'm not sure. All right. And that is signature 4. Signature 5 has another envelope, and you can certainly fold that over and clip it. This is a very thick piece of mixed media paper that's been painted, just regular drawing paper. This piece is really interesting. It is made out of masking tape, and my sister does YouTube videos, and she shows how to make this on her channel. And I will put a link in the description a box below, so that if you're interested you can make it. But it's masking tape and then you paint over it, and I thought it was so beautiful, and I decided to put it in this journal. Okay, and it's on a piece of a really nice, I think it's like onion paper. Right, we know what that is. This is the toned paper that you can buy a whole pad of that at Michael's, that tan toned. Mixed media paper, some wallpaper, coffee dyed scrapbook. This is really an interesting piece of paper. I took an encaustics class several months ago, and this is a piece of paper that I put encaustic wax on, and it just feels really cool. It doesn't feel greasy or anything like you would think, but because it's wax based, these waxy marks came through the paper, but they don't feel greasy at all. It feels really smooth. It's really a nice, this was a high quality piece of like copy paper, I think, that I used. And this is coffee dyed scrapbook paper. Okay, and we're on the second side of this signature. So there you have it. There's the other piece of the masking tape paper. And one last pocket in the back. And I did leave the beautiful inside of the book on the back as well. And the back of the book is the same as the front. It's this gorgeous burgundy leather, and I think it's just an amazing, beautiful book. And if you are interested, you can look in my Etsy shop, and I will only have one photograph in the Etsy shop because you can see the whole book in here. I have lots of information about the book, how many pages, whatever. There's actually 200 pages in here. If you count the front and the back of each page, there's 200. There's 5 signatures with 10 papers in each signature. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed seeing this flip, and I think I'm going to make another one. I have a couple of journals that I would like to put in my Etsy shop. So let me know what you think, and I hope you have a blessed day full of love and art, and thank you for watching.